Welcome back. Now we're on Mission 6, Return Engagement. Part 3, Chateau Schustaffel. The mission description reads, the anointing ceremony for the super soldiers is reported to be taking place somewhere near the chateau. According to the Operation Resurrection Project book recovered from the X Labs, the 3 super soldiers are to be anointed by Mariana Bobelski, whereby they will be transformed into Dark Knights. According to the project book, the presence of these Dark Knights is necessary for the final phase of their plan, to raise Heinrich I from his 1,000-years-old burial site. You must, if possible, stop the ceremony before it begins, and destroy the super soldiers before their transformation. If their transformation does take place, there will be no way of judging how much more powerful they will be, or if it will even be possible to stop them. Also, there will still be a number of SS paranormal operatives in the chateau. Ensure that you eliminate them. Mission objective? Eliminate General von Schurber and locate rear exit of the chateau. In this part of the game, we are supposed to eliminate a general. Before we were eliminate a major, and then I think there's a lieutenant, and then there's a couple of generals, and these are supposed to be people in charge of the paranormal division. Von Schurber is one of the last ones that we can actually attack, and the very final one is Death's Head, who is completely gone because he's in hiding due to BJ encountering him in the X Labs, and then he ran away on his rocket to who knows where. But in this description, we see that we need 3 super soldiers to cause the rise of Heinrich I. And before they said they needed 6. But they're gonna make do with 3. And they're gonna have 5 generals be the people who are gonna psychically control the situation. But it kind of makes sense to me because 3 is the prima materia, 5 ends up being the 5 points of the body, also the 4 classical elements plus aether, or the Chinese classical elements of wuxing, and 6 is how many sides you get on the
6-sided star, known as the Star of David. Although it doesn't seem 6 is too important here because they hold General Schurber as a separate mission. One thing to quickly mention is that the word chateau is French, but we're supposed to be in Germany. In Germany, a chateau is called a Schloss, but I think they call it a chateau because that's based on the old French word for castle. The name Schustaffel is a weird one because Schuf means something like creation or to create, with Staffel meaning squad. So this chateau is meant to be owned by a creation squad, but they don't seem to be creating anything. I mean, they're resurrecting the dead king, so maybe it's in reference to the squad of paranormal officials creating his kingdom. Also, I think the name is in reference to the SS, Schutzstaffel, which is an interesting relation to this part of the game. I know that, strangely, I haven't talked much about the SS in a game about Nazis, so here is where I will talk about them. The SS started as a paramilitary group, formed in 1925. The Nazi Party, getting into power, caused the group to become one of the most powerful organizations in Nazi Germany, acting as their special military force, running the labor and death camps during the Holocaust. Whenever people think of the worst parts of Nazi Germany, they're thinking of the SS. To be part of the SS, the member had to pass a racial purity test, and they also had to blindly follow their orders. They were not allowed to question anything. But the strangest thing about the SS is that they were not part of the military, despite being in control of so many military operations. The SS was simply militaristic, acting as its own power structure, separate from the Wehrmacht. This caused them to become a state within a state, with their police, called the Gestapo, acting as the police of police. The iconic double lightning bolt for the 2 SS's, these are from the runes that represent Sieg. Sieg means victory, which is where we get the word Sieg, which is where we get the Sieg Heil. Very much like how the Death's Head skull and crossbones used by Nazis gets people associated with Nazism, Norse runes can also get people confused with Nazism thanks to the SS using these runes for their symbols. And you know, the swastika being ruined as well. These days, pagans and neo-pagans that relate with Norse mythology have to avoid practically every rune in order to avoid controversy. But then we also have people using them as dog whistles by pretending they're pagans when they're actually Nazis. Due to the SS being an organization working under the Nazi Party, every terrible thing they did resulted in the Nuremberg trials finding them as a criminal organization, and rightly so. The amount of war crimes they committed was ridiculous. It's hard for a game to depict their atrocities outside of basic murder and maybe some torture here and there. For most World War II games, the gamer must be aware of the outside context that the SS are sadistic monsters with insane ideas about some racial purity that doesn't exist. All because they think people are made of some mystical ice, and they're willing to kill every other race over such a ridiculous belief. The SS was so zany that Nazi exploitation from the 70s and 80s that was used to make fun of them was seen as valid, when a lot of them would have cannibalism and gay orgies and whatever. Like, if someone did that with the Patriots of the American Revolutionary War, we think it's silly. We see it with the SS and we're like, that's not only possible, but it's expected. I don't know, do people think that would happen with the Confederates? Maybe the gay orgy stuff, but not sure about the cannibalism. But I think it's clear the SS were understood to be sickening, and the reputation holds. The iconic idea of the SS is that we have some death camp leader who takes in prisoners, works them to death, whips them for fun, kills them for fun, has a scat fetish, and does all sorts of degenerate sex acts. But very much like Hitler, they had a high disgust factor, while rumors after the war circulated about Hitler having a scat and pee fetish. Then reality gets weirder when Himmler created brothels called Puff Commandos in several concentration camps for the guards to have sex with selective prisoners. That means they would have prisoners forced into prostitution, forced to be raped, and they would heavily supervise it with peepholes. No joke, there would be some officer or guard watching the other SS members have sex with prisoners. They would allow them only like 15 minutes, and then they would act like nothing happened. The SS were no different than some barbarian tribe from something like Conan the Barbarian. Constant rape, constant murder, constant war crimes, constant insanity. So as we go through the chateau killing all the SS members, understand that BJ is a good guy here. It's a good thing that BJ is killing them.
Now let's get through the chateau. Now that I think of it, is there actually a chateau in Germany? Probably supposed to be Frankish, right? Like Mr. Frankenstein.
I'm always thinking these barrels of wine have a secret handle like that other one.
He stopped for a second to be like, wait a minute, should I turn around, shan't I? I don't feel confident in this area.
Everything here looks like you can climb them.
All the little heart shapes. Oh my goodness!
That door was such a trap, dude. Worse than Goku no Pico.
Well, it appears I've been spotted by somebody all the way up there. There's very little you can do, honestly. So you could have done that to knock these guys out. Or I guess kill them. It probably explodes them, honestly. Let's take it. Okay. So these gals are back. I thought we killed them off when we killed off Helga.
Helga G Spaghetti. There's the guy behind the door.
Huh? So where were those bullets coming from? I like how there's like a couple of generals here and there, or officers trying to deal with this. They just have pistols.
Ha! More like poop stoles because they're shit. Nah, pistols is good too. Sort of.
Okay, so there's some kind of button there. But how does it work?
He was like, lock in the American! Yeah, not a good idea. I'm actually surprised this is a good gun in such a place.
She's still alive? Oh yeah. These guys are seriously that strong.
Ugh, good thing he ran. I was fumbling with weapons.
Here he comes! Go!
He's calling Lowe's? For what? Construction materials?
That activates something. Where? Oh, in here? Ooh, I found a secret area. Ta-da! Looks like a holy grail.
So annoying I couldn't just press F to pick it up. BJ and his T-Rex arms. You know, I like when it's a cool item. The gold bars are just a boring reward. We should get an item screen like we had in Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Nothing else in here. Such a big room for such little items.
So there's gonna be guys here somewhere. I'm actually rather afraid of this area. Yep. Oh my goodness, she survived.
Yep, another one.
Yeah, what was their idea? These chicks were gonna be silent, but then they wear high heels that clink away loudly. This area is pretty cool. I like it. I better not waste it.
Looked like she bled from the neck from my kick.
Gotta use everything in my arsenal. I really like these windows.
This place is a good sister location for the church level.
Can I read in the book?
No.
So somebody was standing here while a bunch of people sitting there, and they were trying to explain the whole situation. Somebody raises their hand. So we're gonna be psychics?
Another one is like, yeah, hi, Horace from accounting. Does anyone know where my pickled saguman went? Because I put it in the fridge with my name and now it's gone.
There was a venom gun? Good thing I killed him then. Oh yeah, you know what? This place does look like the opening of Resident Evil. Using the fireplace and all that. We're in the Resident Evil Spencer mansion. Wait, what? Who's the guy in charge of that mansion? Oh well. Ooh. A little bit of German romanticism. Nationalist romanticism, to be precise. Sorry for other romantics who don't like to be nationalist. Where am I? The halls of Hogwarts?
These guys are certainly Slytherin.
Might as well be playing Harry Potter music instead from the very first couple of games on PC.
From the same guy who did the Oblivion soundtrack.
How powerful is he? Okay. Don't want to waste it. Ooh. That's another nice painting. I love all the paintings in this game. Every painting looks beautiful.
I'm sure some people are like, you're not allowed to like their paintings, you're not allowed to like their uniforms. Like, dude, Nazi fashion was effective because it was stylish and chic. Every time people think of decopunk, they try their hardest to be related to Nazi clothes and tanks and everything.
Where did that come from? How the... He fell like 30 stories down and then started shooting. He's like that stupid cop guy from Harold and Kumar, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Oh, this is locked. Okay. So the only way out is through here. And we had to do a little bit of a parkour to go around. Let's, can I squeaky on by? Okay. I just want to check because this area, somebody was shooting at me. Well, someone's shooting at me for sure. Ooh. It's a self-playing piano that does For Elise. Another Beethoven certified hood classic. Alright, so this is the area that they all set up to attack me. Here's a note. To Reichsfuhrer SS Heinrich Himmler, my good friend and leader. Oh, this is from Balwalski. As I write you now, I am filled with an indescribable mixture of joy and anticipation. Here it is, the day, almost the very hour of our greatest triumph. Destiny is now drawing us towards our appointment with the Anointed One, ushering us into the glorious new 1,000-year Reich. Do you remember the long years of our struggle? The times when only you and I remained steadfast. When only you and I would not be swayed from our purpose or our vision? Think of all the fools who scoffed at us, the cowards who ridiculed us behind our backs. To them, I say, let those laugh that win. I believe we shall both be laughing very soon. Your servant, Mariana. Well, she's pretty close to Himmler. So all these guys are getting ready. And we're going to sneak over here. Should we? I'm wondering if I should drop down first or fire from above. I guess it's safer to stay up here. They can't corner me. I'll throw some grenades. Some here. And some here. And some here. Oh, they're far. I wasted everything. Oh man, my silly goose is cooked. Tiki on by. Should be more on the other side. Yeah, in this game I try to be the smallest target possible, but that's always so hard to do. Even if you're a small target, they can still hit you pretty well. Then some enemies are being ridiculously accurate for no reason. So what most people do is come in here very silently onto one of these bookshelves so that they take the least amount of damage. But I'm actually not sure if I should. Okay. What? What was that? Alright. I don't understand either. Well, I can't really hit her, so... Like, how accurate are they? And it knocks me around, so I can't shoot back. Got her. Oh, wait a minute, I just realized something. This game's not fair. Enemies can open doors without looking at them. I had to, like, look directly at the door just to open it. So this is the spot that they were all settled in. Were they? I guess it's the second spot they were settled in. Still a pretty cool detail. There are like 3 wolves on the fireplace. I'm 3 wolves in a mood.
Oh man, I get kind of sad how college humor used to be funny, and then it just died. And it's one of the few times death wasn't funny.
This is where we came from. Okay. Ooh, she wearing sunglasses? Yeah, they're wearing like some kind of goggles. Everyone that comes starts splashing.
Safety first.
Ooh, I was guessing. So there's a secret area here. Pretty nice that they actually bring us over to here by having the enemies there. Just a bunch of gold.
I like how games make us go, oh, just giant bars of gold, nothing special. It's like when homeless people get mad at food and want drugs and booze.
Okay, I believe I'm supposed to go down there. I have yet to see the general. Oh, okay.
Usually people use the doorknob, but I guess that works.
This is the rear. So I haven't met the general yet? Oh, he must be here then.
With the Panzerfaust. This sidestepping is slow, but much safer than standing in one place. This way I can avoid the rockets. Which I know they're gonna shoot at me. Okay, that bitch is dead. Ah, I knew he was hiding.
I apologize if the way I play is very annoying. Oh! I think this is the only game where I've had to dodge a missile every single level. It's just ridiculous how many missiles go at me. And I have to dodge them, or else I die instantly. Did we kill a general yet? No, game, I do not want to change to that.
Move out! Find cover! We can't let the American escape!
Whoa.
I was almost cornered. No rockets, thankfully.
Did we get more health or armor or something? Okay. One prayer was answered. So there's no way to get out of this room. I do like how they make the tables flipped over every time, so they have a little bit of cover. Objective not complete. Okay, so I actually do need to kill the general. And I don't know where he is. So this is one of those times where I completely messed up.
And of course it's his entire mansion. Chateau, sorry.
Is that the general? Oh, this is the area. Okay. Ooh, I like how they got the neck to twist like that. That's the general, right? Come on.
You can't hide what's inside.
Right when I reload. Yep, that's the general. Alright. And we got some helmets.
Pick one, helmet head or anteater. Get rid of that one.
We got General Sherbert.
I'd say this mission isn't hard either. It's more fun than hard. You just go around a giant chateau killing basic units. It's something you want from a grounded World War II movie.
Now we can leave. So many dead bodies. One for the road. Alright, let's head outside.